Have you ever ordered something online expecting it to be a certain size because the pictures show it to be really big, and then you get it and it's not even close to what they're advertising, and they've used tricky camera angles, or the person holding it is like the world's tiniest human being ever, just to give it the illusion of being humongous? Rarely does it ever happen where you order something and it turns out to be a lot bigger than what you expected. That's the case with this Lotus. This thing is a behemoth. Let me show you. Welcome once again to all my Jedi and Sith companions to another unboxing and review with me, your host, the Frugal Jedi. I hope everyone in the States had a very peaceful and good Thanksgiving, and hopefully none of you got hurt during Black Friday, or you just stayed home and avoided all that craziness anyway. Even better. Today's episode, episode 16, is the Lotus Lightsaber by TXQSABER. This Lotus lightsaber comes in 3 different configurations. You can get it in 10 Soundfont RGB. You can get it in 16 Soundfont RGB, which is brand spanking new. And I have a saber coming that'll demonstrate that new soundboard, and that's going to be cool. And you can get it in SN-PIXEL version. The price will vary depending on whether you want the 10 Soundfont, 16 Soundfont RGB, or the Pixel version. The 10 Soundfont version right now sells for $101.20 US with free shipping from UBI. If you want the 16 Soundfont version, that one sells for $124.99 US, again free shipping. And lastly, the Pixel version sells for $204.99 US with free shipping. The shipping took a little longer with this one, and that's just because of weather in Canada. It's been crappy, lots of snow and rain. It took around 4 weeks to get here. Usually I get a saber from TXQ between 2 and 3 weeks. The version of the Lotus that I'm reviewing is the 10 Soundfont RGB, and in the description I'll list all 10 sound fonts. Now, I did say that this thing is a behemoth, and I'm not joking. Let me point the camera down at the table, we'll start unboxing it, and you can see what I'm talking about. What's included? You get the instruction manual, of course your charging cable, your Allen key, retention screws, and this little plastic guide. And the plastic guide will help you attach the blade to the hilt, because you have to do it a little differently with this model. You get a 32-inch, 82-centimeter blade, and it has the cap on there. I've already removed the protective film just because it's really loud to take off. And thickness, it is 2mm thickness, so that's your standard thickness for a blade. Good for medium, light dueling, nothing too heavy. All right, so the hilt itself is a monster. This is humongous. It is 15 inches long from tip to tip, and it has a really good weight to it. Like, I am so impressed. It has the gold emitter, the gold pommel, the brushed silver look with the powdered black handle. And if you want something that's going to be great for two-handed fighting, this is it. Like, so amazing. Well, we'll see how it is for spinning and stuff. What's cool with this is that the entire hilt can be disassembled. Now, why would you want to do that? Really, you can do a little bit of changes to the design, but not a whole lot. It would have been cool if you could swap the emitter and the pommels back and forth, but you can't. You have to use this large section for the emitter and that small one for the pommel. Same thing with the gold. This one is only for the emitter, that one's only for the pommel. It's a missed opportunity, I think. They could have made it where you could take this whole thing apart and kind of like Lego, switch things around and change the design. But I'll take it apart just to show you. So that section comes off. And this is all aluminum, in case anyone's wondering. Probably hear the metal. And machined well, like no sharp edges on there. And I'll take the next piece off. I'm just going to move that. Move that. So yeah, you can choose to keep the rings off. They're just decorative. So there's your core and there your battery, 2000 milliamp, and your TXQ soundboard. Speaker, it looks like it's a flat speaker. We'll have to hear how it sounds afterwards. I'll keep taking this apart. That, there we go. So yeah, it comes apart in like every single piece. I'll put it back together now. There is one change that I found that I could do. If you leave that bottom gold ring off, you can take the pommel and you can reverse it and make it look like that. It gives it a slightly different design. This is all standard LGT Damien Saber threading, so you could use a coupler and attach another blade to this one. I shouldn't say another blade, attach another hilt. This section here can swivel and you just line it up to where you want it and then kind of hold the gold part and turn. And you can tighten it like that. And then you can just hold on to the outside and turn it so it's not wiggly. All right, let me show you how to attach the blade to this particular hilt. You're going to slip this ring around the blade itself. I've already started the screws, so I put the 3 screws into their spots. And now you slide this up, and you're going to use this guide. And with the RGB, you want the longer piece to line up. The other side is for the pixel. And yeah, I guess the pixel, it needs to be a little further in. I'm sure there's a valid reason why they do it like that. Okay, now I'm just going to line it up like that. And then we'll tighten them. Now that it's attached to the blade, just take it and thread it in. I'm not going to go over all the features of the saber because it is identical to other 10 Soundfont lightsabers that I've already reviewed. So I'll put a card up on the screen, and if you do want to see all the features that these sabers can do, just follow that link. I will turn it on and just show you a little bit. and click it. You have your quick color cycle, which is great. The sensitive smooth swing works well. You really have to move it around because it is so big. I'm going to demonstrate this saber to show you the sensitive smooth swing and what it's like to swing around a hilt this big. Yeah, it's nice. You get a really good grip on it. Easy to twirl. And like the other sabers that have the same core, you have swing on, so you can swing, stab, or twist. I find swinging activates it the easiest. Yeah, this would be great for dueling. You have so much grip. It's just perfect. Yeah, really nice, nice design, easy to hold, great. Now that we're at the end of the video, it's time for my final thoughts. What score am I going to give the Lotus lightsaber by TXQSABER? Starting with value for money. This is a beautiful lightsaber. It's really big, it feels great, and a lot of work went into designing this, so it is beautiful. You're getting a lot of lightsaber for a little bit of money. So value for money, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Next up is design. This is a beautiful looking hilt. It's a work of art. Nothing plain about it. It's perfectly comfortable with 2 hands. It has really nice weight to it. I love it. And I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 for design. Next up is features. It has 10 sound fonts, flash on clash, blaster, lockup, 3 volume modes, swing on, the usual set of features that you see in these soundboards. I do like the fact that I can change the design a little bit by unscrewing this and flipping it around. It would have been cooler if you would have been able to move things around more, just to have more flexibility, and I consider that a feature. Unfortunately, the only thing you really can do is take off the gold rings and flip this around. But it still counts for something, right? So features, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And the last category is quality. It's shipped in a nice box, bubble wrapped, protective film on the blade itself. TXQ always has good quality sabers. I've never had an issue with them. The one thing I would have liked is a little better sounding speaker, because I'm picky. I've gone through so many different lightsabers already, and that bass speaker in Damien Saber cores is better than TXQ. It's not a bad speaker, but when you hear them side by side, you'll know the difference right away. So for quality, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. So we'll add up those 4 scores and divide by 4 to find the average, which is 4.5. The Lotus by TXQSABER gets a 4.5 out of 5. Another great saber by TXQ. Really impressed. Good job. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please don't forget to click that like button, which will show up right there. Hit subscribe and tap the bell. You'll stay up to date whenever I release new reviews. And don't forget, I have a lightsaber giveaway going on. Card right there. Follow that link. Enter for your chance to win a V8 Pixel by Sabneo. Well, that wraps up another unboxing and review. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.